Chapter 7. Entering the Garden. "How still it is," Mary whispered to herself as she walked through the garden. Everywhere she looked, she saw rose trees and ivy so thick it was matted together. The ground was covered with winter's brown grass and clumps of rose bushes that no longer seemed alive. There were other trees and plants in the garden, too, which Mary imagined had once been quite beautiful. "I am the first person in this garden in 10 years," she exclaimed softly. Mary explored this new, mysterious place. She walked under stone archways and past moss-covered alcoves. She saw stone arrangements around what were once flower beds. Mostly, Mary saw that the garden had once been covered with roses. How beautiful it must have been, Mary thought. She wondered if the rose bushes might still bloom if someone were to tend them properly. She decided she would ask Ben Weatherstaff about roses the next time she saw him. Mary didn't know anything about gardening. Seeing some green points poking through the soil, Mary figured there was something there that wanted to grow but didn't have the room. She got down on her hands and knees and dug around each point with a piece of wood. She did this everywhere she saw the green points sticking through the earth. "Now they have room to grow," Mary said, standing back to survey her work. She was tired and wiped her brow with her soiled arm. "I'm going to do more. I'll do all I can. I'll come back every day and work more." Mary went from place to place, digging and weeding. She enjoyed herself so much that she lost track of time. Before she knew it, it was almost time for lunch. Back at the manor, Mary ate 2 helpings of meat. Martha was pleased that Mary had a healthy appetite. When Mary had first come to Misselthwaite Manor, she had been a thin, pale child. Now Mary had rosy cheeks and was full of energy. Martha also noted that Mary had become a whole lot friendlier. "My, have you changed!" Martha exclaimed. Mary told Martha she'd been digging all morning. Of course, she didn't tell Martha she'd been in the locked-up garden. That was a secret Mary wasn't ready to share. But she told Martha she'd found a bit of land where she wanted to grow things. "But I don't know anything about growing things," Mary sulked. "Dickon does," Martha said excitedly. "He knows all about growing things. Dickon can make a flower grow out of a brick wall." Mary laughed. "Dickon can get some seeds for you," Martha said. "He'll know what to buy. When he comes to visit, he can help you with your little garden." Mary couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Dickon is coming to visit?" she asked in amazement. "Oh, that would be so nice. I would so much like to meet your brother." It was then decided that Dickon would buy seeds for Mary's garden and bring them to her. Mary could hardly wait. The sun shone down for nearly a week on the secret garden. The secret garden was what Mary decided to call it. She liked having a secret, but most of all, she liked the feeling she got when she went into the secret garden all by herself. Shut in by its high walls, she felt free to do whatever she pleased. It was like a magical place she had only read about in fairy tales. During that week, Mary saw Ben Weatherstaff a couple of times, and she managed to ask him some questions about planting. She told him she had a little garden of her own and wanted to plant roses. Ben looked sad for a moment. "I once knew another young lady who loved roses," he said softly. "Where is she now?" Mary asked. "In heaven," Ben said. Mary had a feeling Ben was talking about her aunt, Lady Craven. "What happened to the roses?" Mary asked. "Did they die?" "Do roses die when they are left to themselves?" "They run wild," Ben explained. "Most will die, but some live." "How can you tell if they are alive?" Mary asked, hoping that Ben wouldn't become too suspicious from all her questions about roses. "Wait until the spring," he told her. "Wait until the sun shines on them and the rain rains on them. Then see what happens. If they're alive, they'll blossom."